Listen up, because this is the truth most men won't hear. In relationships, just like in life, you get what you demand, not what you desire. If you walk into a relationship weak, needy, or unsure of yourself, you'll be disrespected, ignored, and replaced. But if you walk in as a man of value, a man with ambition, confidence, and purpose, you dictate the terms. Women don't respect words. They respect action. They don't care about your promises. They care about your presence. If you're grinding, building, and leveling up daily, your energy will demand respect without you even asking for it. Stop chasing, become the man they want to chase. Most men crumble because they think relationships are about pleasing their partner. Wrong. A real relationship is about leading. You set the standard. You enforce the boundaries. You hold yourself to the highest level, and in turn, she will rise to meet you. If she doesn't, walk away. A king doesn't beg or replaces. But here's the secret. A strong woman doesn't want a weak man. She wants a man who knows his worth, stands by his mission, and never compromises his values. When you build yourself into a man of power, wealth, and wisdom, you naturally attract loyalty, respect, and love. So focus on yourself first, your fitness, your mindset, your money, and your discipline. Become the strongest version of yourself. Because in the end, relationships don't define you. You define the relationship. Let me make something clear. Your mission comes first. Too many men lose themselves in relationships. They start strong, they're focused, they're on their grind. But the moment they get comfortable, they soften up. They prioritize the woman over their purpose. And guess what happens? She loses respect for you. Women don't leave men because they don't love them. They leave because they stop admiring them. The second you become predictable, weak, or too available, the attraction fades. A real man never lets go of his mission. Your goals, your vision, your empire, that's what keeps you powerful. And power is what keeps a woman drawn to you. When you're on your purpose, two things will happen. She will respect you more because she sees you're a man of direction. You will never tolerate nonsense because you know your worth. If she tries to test you, disrespect you, or pull you away from your grind, you don't argue, you don't beg, you simply walk away. A king does not chase. And here's the truth. A high-value man doesn't need a woman, he chooses one. You don't beg for love. You don't settle for drama. You don't tolerate disrespect. Instead, you build yourself up so high that women naturally want to be part of your world. When you focus on excellence, you attract loyalty. When you demand respect, you get devotion. So the next time you think about relationships, remember this. Your value as a man isn't determined by who you're with. It's determined by who you become. Be a man of purpose, and the right woman will follow. Let's get one thing. Straight love is not enough. You've been fed lies your whole life. They told you that as long as you love her, everything will work out. Wrong. Love without respect is worthless. Love without discipline is weak. Love without leadership is a ticking time. A woman doesn't just want to feel loved, she wants to feel protected, guided, and inspired. And that only happens when you maintain your power as a man. This is why most men fail in relationships. They think once they have her, the work is done. They get comfortable, lazy, and predictable. But here's the truth. A woman doesn't stay loyal to a man because of the past. She stays because of who he is in the present. If you stop improving, if you stop leading, if you stop being the man she admired, her respect for you will fade. And when respect is gone, love means nothing. So what's the solution? You never stop being the man she fell for. Stay on your grind. Stay in shape. Stay mentally sharp. Stay disciplined. Stay ahead. When you level up, she feels it. She sees it. She respects it. And when a woman respects you, she becomes devoted to you. Not because you forced her to, but because she knows she's with a man who cannot be replaced. Now let's talk about boundaries. If you don't set boundaries, you will get walked over. Women don't test weak men, they abandon them. If she crosses a line, you correct it immediately. If she disrespects you, you remind her who you are. And if she refuses to respect your standards, you walk away. Because here's the reality. A woman is a reflection of the man she's with. If you're weak, she becomes careless. If you're strong, she becomes loyal. If you're lost, she takes control. If you're focused, she submits to your leadership. Everything starts with you. So if you want a relationship that works, become a man that cannot be disrespected. Be a leader, not a follower, a king, not a beggar, a man of purpose, not a man seeking validation. And when you do that, not only will you attract the right woman, you'll also become the kind of man the world cannot ignore. So stop waiting, stop whining, and start becoming. Now listen carefully, because this is where most men fall. They think once they have a woman in their life, they've won. Like it's some kind of finish line. But let me tell you something. The moment you stop growing, she stops respecting you. Relationships are not about getting comfortable. They are about evolution. If you aren't constantly leveling up mentally, physically, and financially, she will start looking elsewhere. Not because she's disloyal, but because a woman is wired to follow strength. And strength isn't just muscles. Strength is discipline. It's self-respect. It's the ability to say, I don't tolerate disrespect. I don't accept mediocrity. I walk away from anything that doesn't align with my vision. That's what makes a man irreplaceable. The reality of relationships. Every high-value man understands one truth. Women don't belong to you. They are with you by choice. That means if you want a loyal, devoted woman, you must give her a reason to choose you every single day. Not by simping, not by begging, not by proving yourself, but by being undeniable. When you walk into a room, your presence should speak before you do. Your energy should demand respect. And that only happens when you are focused on yourself first. Your purpose comes first always. The second you put your woman above your mission, you've already lost. A real man never makes his woman the center of his world. He makes his vision, his purpose, and his empire the center. Because when you build something great, the right woman will naturally want to be a part of it. A weak man says, what can I do to make her stay? A strong man says, if she doesn't respect me, she can leave. See the difference? The weak man fears losing her. The strong man knows his value. And guess what? A woman will always be more attracted to the man who doesn't need her, but chooses her. Walk like a king or be treated like a peasant. At the end of the day, relationships are a reflection of who you are. If you let a woman walk all over you, it's not her fault, it's yours. If you allow disrespect, it's because you don't respect yourself enough to enforce boundaries. If she leaves you for another man, it's because you became weak and she smelled it. So what's the solution? Step up. Be a man of power, a man of discipline, a man of value. Because when you do that, you won't have to chase women. You won't have to convince them to stay. You won't have to argue over respect. You'll simply be the man she cannot replace. Now go out there and start acting like it. Now let's get to the ultimate truth, the thing weak men refuse to accept. You are either respected or you are forgotten. In relationships, in business, and life, respect is the currency that determines your success. And respect is not given. It's earned. It's maintained. And if you slip, it's taken away. A man who doesn't demand respect will never get it. A man who tolerates disrespect deserves it. A man who lacks purpose will never inspire loyalty. So the question is, who are you becoming? If you're still chasing, still simping, still making excuses, you're not a man, you're a pawn. And pawns get played. They get manipulated, used, discarded. They are forgettable. But a king walks with power. A king doesn't beg. A king builds himself up so high that the world takes notice. And here's the beauty of it. When you become that man, everything shifts. Women start to respect you without you asking for it. People start to listen when you speak. You stop stressing about who stays and who leaves because you know your worth. Most men are terrified of being alone, but a high-value man embraces it. Why? Because he understands that solitude is where greatness is built. In the quiet, when nobody's watching, that's where you sharpen your mind. That's where you develop your discipline. That's where you become a man who cannot be ignored. So let me leave you with this. The 3 rules of a high-value man in relationships: never prioritize a woman over your purpose. If she truly values you, she will support your mission, not distract you from it. Set boundaries and enforce them. If you don't demand respect, you won't get it. The first time she crosses the line, check it. If she keeps doing it, walk away. Always be ready to walk away. The moment she feels you're afraid to lose her, you've already lost. A king never begs. He replaces. Remember this: you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. If you're weak, you'll attract problems. If you're strong, you'll attract loyalty. So stop waiting. Become a man who cannot be disrespected. Because when you do that, relationships won't be a struggle, they'll be effortless. And the world, it will bow to your presence.